was the uniform.
We tried again and again to prevent this war, but now we are at war, and we are going to make war, and persevere in making war until the other side have had enough of it.
I was born in Belgium, Antwerp. Then the war came, because we had to get out. The Germans smashed our house to bits, and of course we had to leave everything behind. I was only 9.
War was declared September the 3rd, 1939. And the end of September, I was called up, so I was in pretty quick. I was conscripted.
I saw the war was coming, and my father advised me to get out of the army and join the Air Force. We had a medical for aircrew. I was wearing glasses. I failed the medical and saved my life because the majority of my class didn't live out the war. So having glasses saved my life.
We looked upon it as an adventure at first. We never realised, what it was going to be.
I was 19. We didn't know what it was going to be, you see.
Well, nobody could really know what would happen.
World War II was the most savage and destructive global conflict in history. In the wake of the German invasion of Poland, in September 1939, the British Expeditionary Force were dispatched to Europe.
At the very beginning of the war, 1939, you had the British Expeditionary Force travelling out to France. These were young men who'd never been abroad before, so it was an incredible experience for these people. They were going out on the boats across and in trains travelling across France, just, clamouring to get to the windows to see what a foreign country was like. Not much was happening, and they ended up meeting French people, eating French food, doing all sorts of things that they'd never done before, and being away from home. It was kind of an adventure for these young people.
Britain is slow to anger and certainly never wanted this war. But since it's been forced upon her, she's fully determined to see it through, no matter what sacrifices are demanded. And those who are making the biggest sacrifice, the fighting men, are the most cheerful.
We went to Chateau de Brias. It's a big chateau, very nice.
We sailed across on Christmas Day, landed in Cherbourg in France on Boxing Day. So that was our Christmas.
We went to a place called Dunkirk, up near the Belgian border, and I was in a machine gun battalion, a lot different from being at home with your mum,
As I was able to drive, I was put into the Royal Army Service Corps, which is all transport. That winter of 1939 was a very severe winter, deep snow. We were so short of supplies, and that was the trouble. We were sleeping in haylofts, and you were given one blanket between two, and it was freezing. In fact, my pal and I got up one night and had a job in the snow. We ran as much as we could to try and get warm. We were that frozen.
Soldiers were issued with food rations designed to meet their nutritional requirements.
You're given a tin of bully beef, like a corned beef, a packet of biscuits, like dog biscuits, and that was your meals for the day.
These army biscuits, you couldn't bite them. You had to break them with something and make them soft and swallow them. So I said, yes, I'll have another one. And I nearly broke my teeth biting it.
They were so hard. They say the biscuits got a lot of energy in it, so I'll take their word for that.
Sometimes the cook gave us what he called stew, but best not to ask what was in it.
The BEF that went to Europe in 1939 was a totally mechanised army, but with scandalously inadequate training, they were ill-equipped to fight a superior German army.
A lot of the troops weren't trained because they weren't really soldiers.
Virtually all of them, it was the first time they'd seen action.
It's an amazing fact. A lot of these people had never fired a gun. Literally never fired a gun.
By the time we went to France, we just about knew which end